Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. We've got a top 25 matchup on hand. Two of the premier teams in the land looking to make a statement that will resonate. It's the Texas A&M Aggies and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Roll is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Guys, when I walk out onto the grass here at Saban Field, this is one of the most iconic places in all of college sports. When Bryant-Denny is good, it's one of the most dynamic home field crowds. They are so excited to welcome back their Crimson Tide, and they are really loud early in this pregame. I'll keep you posted on how loud, how crazy, and how frenetic it gets here for the Crimson Tide. Back to you.
All right, Holly. So Texas A&M's headed toward the football to break the seal on this 2027 season. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Give to the single back. Works his way ahead for three. They'll spot it at the 18.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Keelan Russell makes the grab. They pull him down, but he's got enough, and it'll be a first down for this offense.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Back to throw, it's Russell. Looking to take a shot. Snatches it on the run. Electrifying play, and man, are they set up now at the 32-yard line. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Russell. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. Guys, let's chat about Alabama. They start the season in the top 5, prime position to make a run. But what's the biggest danger there, Jesse?
Well, they need to avoid complacency. Top 5 tells me you've got potential. You were a good team a year ago. You got a lot of talent. But there's going to be a lot of really tough games on the schedule this year, David. So why not start early right here in week 1 and come shooting out of the cannon?
Shooting out of the cannon with a start that everybody gets to look at, see how good you are. And that first impression is really big, right? Like, you can start climbing quickly and really get a high marks in people's heads if you can start the season on a great note.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Ball's at the 27. It's 3rd and short. Can they avoid making that 4th down decision? Again, it's Russell. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick.
This quarterback was having success throwing on the opening drive of the game, in large part because it's a lot harder to throw on 3rd down when the defense is expecting it, like you saw right there. They were ready, had a really good coverage called, and they get the INT.
This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
And that's why he is an all-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Throwing Reed. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Reed. Unloads to the wideout. Fires the pass, intercepted.
Really early in this game, you're seeing the ball hawks on both sides of the ball. Interception on the first drive of the game, and now they come out, and this defense gets a pick in return. There are a lot of dudes in the back end with speed, with the ability to close. What a phenomenal play by that young man just now to get the ball back to his offense.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Throwing Russell. Makes the catch. It's Edwards. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
It's complete on the right side. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
And, man, this dude has been a weapon early in this football game. They just keep finding it. And the matchups are a problem. You want to put a linebacker on him, he's too fast for him. Continues to make catches, continues to chew up yards. You might want to think about putting a safety on him or somebody with a little bit more speed.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Keelan Russell. Under pressure. Just gets rid of that one.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
Rushes on. Flips it out to the back. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
Well, a great job making the tackle there. Now setting up third down in your own red zone. This is a stop you have to come up with. You want to give up field goals in this area of the field, not touchdowns.
It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Still nothing on the board as we open up play here in the second quarter. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Trying to slip through and pick it up. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
And they finally lift the lid. Man, I didn't know if we were going to be 0-0 going into the half, going into the fourth quarter. The offense finally puts a drive together, breaks that seal. Excited to see now this opens things up, calms people down, and lets them have a little more success.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Texas A&M's offense takes the field, ready to get this drive going. They're looking for something, looking for anything to try to put some kind of score on the board, down 7-0. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Guys, let's take a minute here and talk about Texas A&M. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
Throws to the wideout. And the third down pass incomplete after a good deflection by the defense.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Tide ready to roll on offense. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
And that's just an example of the defense having a better play call than you have on offense. I like the creativity offensively, but how about the defense having their cornerback in position to make the play?
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Russell. Release to the back. Makes a connection. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And to say he has trust in his running back catching the football is an understatement. I mean, there was two guys on him. Like, he was absolutely covered, but he still makes the play. And he does that a lot, man. He's a game breaker. He's a guy that can make big plays for this offense. If I'm the QB, though, I might be a little bit careful. If they got that many guys on him, I got to be safe with the football.
You know, as an offense, you just don't get that many great opportunities in games to hit these type of big-time plays. When plays like that present themselves and receivers are open, as a quarterback, you have got to make that throw.
Long way to go on second down. He's changing the play. Again, it's Russell. Throws for the tight end. Makes the grab. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
From the gun on third down, Keelan Russell. Going for it all. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Really nice job by the defense, playing aggressive, understanding it could be a running situation, but still playing disciplined enough to play the pass and be successful on that third and short.
Wanting to move the chains. Here comes Alabama on fourth. Looking for the marker. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
I love offensive play callers that are aggressive. Going for it on fourth down, check. In your opponent's territory, now here's an opportunity where you might be able to be aggressive again and take a shot.
Throwing Russell. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Meadows. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26. The Crimson Tide move the sticks through the air. Let's see if they go back to it here. Looking to throw, it's Russell. Rush right in his face. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's a really good job by this defense. Complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
They'll need a bunch on second down. He's looking to throw. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the third down.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. Keelan Russell dumps it to the back. It's complete to the right. They'll bring him down right at the 20-yard line, and a 4th down looms and decision time for this offense. They converted 4th down earlier on this drive, and now they'll try it again. Again, it's Russell. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. Just couldn't get loose. They stop him right at the line, and they don't convert on 4th down.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Reed unloads to the right. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Play clock was down to 2 seconds, but they call a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. This offense has it with really good field position. Move. Russell. Moving out to the right. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. And he stopped, brought down at the 18. It'll be enough for the first down.
I love that play call, and quarterbacks are always licking their chops after their defense gets a takeaway because they know now, hey, I got a sudden change situation. I've got a chance to take a shot and pad my stats.
Now inside the 20, 1st and 10 from the 18. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
Second and long here. Throwing Russell. Pulls it in. Runs through a tackle. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. 1st and goal. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them, but exactly. Get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
He wants to throw it again. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football. And you saw that there on the incompletion.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Pulls it. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Reed throws to the wideout. And that one's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Dropping back, it's Reed. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder, but the snapping the football, everybody being on time, man, this crowd really affecting the football.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Marcel Reed. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Here's Reed to throw. Lets it fly. Had it in his hands, and he dropped it. Thought he had another big play, an interception. He'll have to settle for the PBU. It's second down.
I think sometimes as a quarterback, when your offense is struggling, you don't have any points up on the board yet here at the end of the first half. You're just trying to take a shot to see if your guy can make a play. And that time, he thought he had the matchup he wanted, but he has just not been able to ever find a rhythm. And this defense is making it really hard on him, forcing that one to fall incomplete.
Fires to the wideout. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Trying to take it back. A really good return after the interception puts them in business at the 29. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Keelan Russell. Oh, pressure's coming. Makes the grab. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. Alabama quickly back to the line. To throw, it's Russell. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Got to pick up a few to move the sticks here on third down from their own 20. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. They'll take the penalty and move them back. Third down is coming. Now a little bit farther to go after the penalty. Russell. Right down the middle. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play. Clock is wound down. Just over 20 seconds to go before the break. They'll have it first and 10. Fresh set of downs going up top. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. Flying down the left side. Electrifying play, and man, are they set up now at the 32-yard line. Timeout taken here by the Aggies. That'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on first and 10. Throwing Reed. Right side, it's Craver. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang. Texas A&M will use its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. To the air, it's Reed. Fires to the middle. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. Hits inside, it's Owens. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. Now the lead is down to 11. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. We start with Oregon, taking on the number 8 team, the Oklahoma Sooners. And it's the home squad in one of those old-school fight-in-a-phone-booth games. Neither team has been able to break out offensively, but it feels like the one that does will come away today with a signature win. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside SEC.
The Aggies offense will have another go at it. Not hard to figure out why they trail to start this third quarter. 3 first-half turnovers.
So if you're on offense, let's just stay out of our way and find out what happens here in the second half. We're not even giving ourselves a chance because we keep turning the football over. If we can do that, we've got a chance to come back in this game.
I think it's a crazy balance between being really aggressive in the second half and finding ways to make plays, but also not shoot ourselves in the foot, right? Like, they didn't live well on that in the first half. Let's see if they can be a little bit more aggressive while still taking care of the football.
He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man, though. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
Running inside. It's Owens. There he goes. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line.
And that's a welcome sight for this offense, man. They really struggled to run the football in the first half. And I promise you, at halftime, in the locker room, first drive, guys, we got to come out, own the line of scrimmage, get the run game going, and that's exactly how they start this half.
Reed. Out wide left, it's Johnson. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain. It makes life really easy on me on second down.
Hit and stop right there. Not much on that pickup.
New running back, same result. Like, it's pretty clear what they want to do on the offensive side of the football. They want to dominate the line of scrimmage. They want to run the football, whether it's the starter or now the backup. They're going to establish that ground game. It's what they do. It's who they are.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on third down. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into fourth down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the fourth down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big fourth down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
Reed to throw for it on fourth. Makes a grab past the marker. They'll knock him down, but he moves the sticks, and the fourth down decision pays off big time.
Oh, and I love that play call on fourth down. You know, the entire defense was zoning in on that running back, thinking he was maybe going to get a handoff, but they're able to sneak and leak him out of the backfield. Behind the defense, he makes...
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
We've already seen the gifts he has, man. You've seen him dance. You've seen him rush, like really good speed. That's what we talked about coming to this football game, trying to get some negative plays. A better job by the defense there, being aggressive, getting to him, and getting the sack on that play.
Reed. Snagged in the middle. It's Bussey. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense defense just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
Into the end zone, and he's got it. Touchdown, Aggies.
And, man, that is exactly what you wanted to see from this offense to start the third quarter. Like, the passing game, it just wasn't in sync. It wasn't where it needs to be. You dug yourself a little bit of hole, Palmer, but coming out like this, throwing, trusting your quarterback, putting a drive together, that's got to be a good sign.
And this is where the coaching staff really makes their money. When you can go in at halftime and switch things up and make the changes you need to make to your game plan to find that rhythm and get it established. That is such a great way, you're right, to start this thing. And now for this offense, it's about keeping it going and trying to stay one step ahead of the defense.
Here he comes from midway in the end zone. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. So they were getting up against the play clock, and they don't want the penalty. They'll take the timeout here. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Making the adjustment on the play. Throwing Russell. Out wide right, it's Rodgers.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. They'll send the back in motion. Drops back, it's Russell. Makes the catch, it's Meadows. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Well, they hit that deep crossing pattern, and nice job by the quarterback there, keeping his eyes down the middle of the field. He's not telegraphing where he's going to throw it. He knows he's got to give his guy a chance to work through the traffic, get all the way across the field, but you can't let the defense know where you're going with it. So really good timing between those two on that play.
Keelan Russell. Looking to the big tight end. He makes the catch. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack. Every good quarterback is first a game manager. At Alabama, that used to be sort of a label of derision, but now they're not only that, they're playmakers.
Yeah, and it's what they used to ask them to do. Like they were very comfortable handing the ball off, running the ball, controlling the clock, you know, trying to keep your defense fresh. Nah, bro. If you can't score points now, if you can't get first downs and go get me touchdowns, you're not going to be on the field.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate and give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
Third for anyone that's open. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Third and long coming up. Again, it's Russell. Here comes the heat. At the 35, he's got room. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. Out their numbers after 3. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. So first down will open up the final period. Throwing Russell. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
And both of these defenses, man, they've been so good. They've been physical. They've been great tackling, limiting explosive plays. But it's these type of plays right here, when it's kind of a 50-50, 60-40, where the offense has to make the play, the defense has been consistently winning in this football game.
Making the adjustment. To the air, it's Russell. Going for it all. And the incomplete pass, taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Sends it back in motion. Russell from the gun on 3rd down. Hit as he throws. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down.
Well, the defense just did the quarterback a massive favor. That's the nicest thing they've done to him all game. They've already picked him off twice. That should have been number 3.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And he got it! Big 3 points to stretch the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The Texas A&M offense is back on the field. The defense able to hold them to a field goal on that last drive, and now this offense will try to answer, and they need a touchdown. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Here's Reed to throw. Right side, it's Craver. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Looking down the middle. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. The Alabama offense coming onto the field. So the defense sets them up with an interception. Now a couple of first downs, maybe even punching a score, and they'll go home with the W. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag down on the play. Let's see what that's about. Still second down, but now the offense is operating behind the chains. They go play action with Russell. Fires to the right. Gets a hand in there.
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
This is the type of play that could be a pivotal moment. Tight game, 3rd and long coming. Quarterback signaling to his guys. From the gun on 3rd down, Keelan Russell. Just gets rid of it to avoid the sack.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Gets the ball up to the 50-yard line, and it'll be 1st down.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch.
1st down here as we dive into the college football season. A week 1 clash that has been worth every minute of it so far. And he swallowed up immediately, stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Throwing Reed. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game anymore because he has had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
Another incompletion on 3rd down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. Way back close to his end zone as he makes the catch. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. Here comes that Alabama offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Pushed his way ahead. Really good run to get it out to the 20 and pick up a 5.
Yeah, and a nice job by this defense. This is a critical moment, right? We got to get the football back. They're backed up, thank goodness. Force a punt here, get the football back so we can make some magic here in this 4th quarter.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Quarterback changing the play. Keelan Russell. Stepping to the right. Throwing on the run. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
You don't get a lot of chances like that in games, guys. Take shots downfield, and when you get open, you got to finish the play. The wideout's going to wish he had that one back.
So 3rd and short from inside the 20. You convert here, and this drive takes on a different complexion. Back to throw, it's Russell. Quick completion on the out. Oh, he's got some space. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. The Tide with the 1st and 10. Press center downs going to the air. Going deep. Makes the catch at the 15. That is just a gargantuan play as he has it all the way down to the 12. They've got this defense reeling after that last play. Now it's 1st and 10 inside the 15. Again, it's Russell. Reels it in. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Timeout taken here by the Aggies. That'll be their first. And now what will they come up with on this 2nd down play? Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Russell escapes the pressure to his right. And he's in. Pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown tie.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Edwards. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Quick give. It's Edwards. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Handoff again. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short gain.
And what a great job by the defense here. 1st down, 2nd down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both. And that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up 3rd and long situations. And now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
And that is how we will wrap this one up. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game. Possible upset, 2 really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher